cara que, pô,
Great
compete
sports.
muito bem. Então, pô, tá feliz pelo Bruno também, com certeza. Apesar de ter saído do campeonato, ninguém gosta, mas, pô, o Bruno é um cara merecedor disso. Só dar meus parabéns para ele aqui. Infelizmente, o Uri perdeu, mas temos mais um brasileiro aí na próxima fase. Torcida pelo Bruno, pelo Guilherme e o Magno aí, que estão nas próximas fases aí. Muito feliz pela bateria do Bruno aí.
All right, here we go. You want to say something before you guys take off?
Valeu toda a galera do Brasil aí. Continuo torcendo pelos brasileiros que ainda estão na competição. Amanhã vai ser mais um dia de grandes batalhas. Provavelmente o campeonato termina amanhã, então fiquem ligados aí durante todo o dia. E o feminino que vai para o domingo. É isso aí. Valeu a galera toda aí. Continue na torcida.
Valeu, galera, aí pelo apoio. Aí da galera também, que a gente sente a vibração positiva, né, da galera quando está torcendo no Brasil. Então, te agradece muito esse apoio. E muito obrigado por assistir aqui a gente agora.
É isso aí, galera. Eu acho que eu vou ficar aqui mais um pouco. I think I will stay here longer, or is there any...
Magno, if you don't mind, hang out for this next heat. We're going to have Jared Houston come in at the last heat, I believe.
Okay.
But I want to thank Eder Luciano and Isabella for finally coming into the hot seat. I've been asking you for how many years?
Okay.
So you're going to see them as Roberto Bruno, the winner of the last heat. Making it, look at how happy he is, and true sportsmanship out in the water. Uri Valadao and Roberto Bruno hugging each other as Eder Luciano and Isabella take the chairs out of here. All right, ciao. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was an intense, a little slow pace, but you know what? Once these guys were on the waves, they put it down. So congratulations once again for Roberto Bruno. Interesting. The two finalists, Eder Luciano and Uri Valadao, the two finalists getting shut down early in the round. So action out the back.
Yeah, that was Mark McCarthy with his first, second wave, first scored wave, I think. Would be like a 4 or 5, something like that. Yeah, as you can see the replay.
Yere Martinez, the Canary Island rider.
Yeah, sorry.
In the red jersey. Nice maneuver. Magno forgot it. We had the score sheets in front of us, and he was trying to figure out who that was by his riding style.
Yeah, that was true.
And he would have nailed it, I'm sure. But once again, thank you to Isabella and Eder Luciano for coming in here. They did a great job, and I'm sure the Portuguese-speaking viewers were stoked on that presentation. So Magno Passos and myself, Manny V, giving you the live feed for the last two heats of the day. Round number 5, man-on-man. One rider will advance on. The other rider will finish off this competition. Yere Martinez currently winning this heat, 5.88. Mark McCarthy has 2 waves, but not enough. Again, top 2 waves will be scored, 15-wave maximum, 30-minute heats. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so now we have the scores. Yere Martinez scored a 5.88 in his first wave, and Mark McCarthy in his last wave was a 4.5. And Mark McCarthy just got another wave. He opened with a roll. He's waiting for another section. I think he's going to surf this wave until the beach and do a reverse. That's 360. Let's see if he can finish this wave with a roll.
Mark McCarthy catching it all the way to the beach, and he's going to end this with a nice little roll on the inside. But you know what? If he's going to come all the way to the inside, you have to do something, whether it's ugly or pretty. Mark McCarthy making a good-looking roll at the end of that wave.
Yes, this is true, man.
All right, the heat is on. Heat 27, the third heat of round number 5. Yere Martinez from the Canary Islands in red. Mark McCarthy in the yellow jersey from South Africa. One rider advancing on to round number 6 where they go man-on-man. This heat will go head-to-head with Andrew Lester. Taking another look at Mark McCarthy. This is what happened on the outside, and he comes across. Now he knows that it's starting to shut down on him on the outside, so he decides, you know what, I'm going to take this one all the way in. And he does, and ends it with a nice roll.
Yeah, his score was a 4.25. Now he has 2 waves under his belt. And yeah, this is looking like it's going to be an interesting heat. Yere Martinez is a very hungry guy, and I know he wants a good result here. It's been a while since he hasn't made a final. So
It's very interesting to see the strategies from Isabella and Eder Luciano. Isabella says, I'll go out there, I'll catch as many waves as I can because you don't know how many waves are going to be coming in. And then Eder Luciano saying, no, I'll go out there, I'm going to wait for the big and perfect waves and so I can get bigger, higher scores. But it looks like Mark McCarthy is going by way of Isabella.
Yes, he is, I think. It's funny, Manny, because when you're out there, you don't really know what's a good wave or not, you know, unless you take a wave and try to catch and see what's going to happen. Yesterday, I got 10 waves, and there was like 5 minutes on the clock, 5 minutes remaining. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know that I had got to 10 waves. And then I only had like, at first I thought I would have to leave the water, but they said, oh, no, you still have 2 more waves to go.
Okay.
And then in the last 2 waves, I changed the situation around and went to first.
Magno, check it out. We have Sasha Specker once again downstairs, ready to interview. Oh, hold on, hold that thought. Rider up in red, through the lip, nice through the lip roll right there. Yere Martinez coming around the section. He's going to get a high-scoring wave right here. Definitely will be a good ride because he only has 1 wave and another nice clean roll right there. Look at this.
Oh, he could have done another one, but I don't think he wants to come.
Check it out, Magno. We do have that interview ready to rock and roll. Sasha is with the winner of that last heat. Sasha, where are you at?
Good afternoon, everybody. I've got the previous heat winner here, Roberto Bruno from Brazil. He defeated his fellow countryman, Yuri Valadao, in a highly contested round 4. Well done, Roberto. I saw your first wave in the heat. It was incredible. Tell us something about that, your first wave.
A minha primeira onda foi uma onda de série. Acho que foi a maior onda que subiu na bateria. A única onda grande. E eu consegui aproveitar bem. Comecei com backflip e me garanti um 7,88. E é incrível. Hoje está sendo um dia incrível para mim. E eu espero continuar no mesmo ritmo e, quem sabe, chegar até a final.
Okay, I didn't understand that, but that was awesome. I saw your wave, you were ripping. Your experience in Portugal, Sintra, Praia Grande, you like this place? It's a lot like Brazil. Your Brazilian countrymen, yourself, Guilherme, Eder, you've all been ripping here. What is your strategy for the next heat? Your strategy?
Sintra é um lugar que eu já venho há bastante tempo. Já aprendi um pouco como a onda funciona. Tenho excelentes caras do Brasil que me ensinaram muito. O próprio Uri, o Eder, o Guilherme Tâmega são referências pra gente. E acho que isso está fazendo a diferença para mim.
Okay, well done for your win. That was a very tough heat, and good luck for your next one. Back to you in the booth, Manny.
Sasha holding it down while I think Natasha and Jared got out of here. And they're going to go have an early dinner. Manny V here with Magno Passos. We're going to wind it down, the last 2 heats of the day. And let me tell you, these last couple heats have been intense. The first heat was Ben Player versus Dave Winchester, where they were going back-to-back. It slowed down as far as the waves as the consistency came in. But Dave Winchester, Ben Player going back-to-back, and it was Dave Winchester that came out on top on that heat. And then the round heat number 2, Roberto Bruno and Uri Valadao. Uri, last year's winner here in Sintra, unfortunately could not pull it off. And Roberto Bruno, he's a happy camper. He's going straight to round number 6. And now out in the water, Yere Martinez and Mark McCarthy. Who do you got your money on?
Yere Martinez already has 2 good scores under his belt. And I always see Mark McCarthy with a good roll, a 360, and a roll. Maybe that will be the best wave so far of the heat. He needs a 6.76. Maybe, I don't think that's going to be enough, but maybe it'll be close. So, there's some amazing heats already in the men's round 6 for tomorrow. In the first heat, we have Alex Uranga against Dave Winchester. In the second heat, it will be Gerald Houston against Roberto Bruno. And this is the replay. Mark McCarthy, big roll, and he comes around the session. Oh, that's Yere Martinez. Sorry, man. Yeah, 2 rolls.
Yep, this was Yere Martinez's wave right before the interview, and That came in at a 5.38. So Mark McCarthy now on an uphill battle. Let's take a look at Mark McCarthy's last wave.
That's McCarthy. Nice bottom turn, a nice roll, 360, and then he finished another roll. That would be a good score, I think.
Mark McCarthy comes to us from South Africa. The first time I've seen this guy, he was winning the 2010 Confitao Pro in the Canary Islands, and that pretty much said, you know what, to me, it's like, hey, my name's Mark McCarthy. Welcome to the IBA, or welcome to the World Tour. And Mark McCarthy has been one of the coolest guys on the tour, aside from you. And and when he's called to duty, he's always there. So he is looking for his second score to come in, and there it is, a 6.25. Now, all Mark McCarthy is looking for is a 5.01. 19 minutes remaining. This is a 30-minute heat. We have this heat and one more heat, and Jeff Hubbard popped his head into the commentator's booth. He's like, Manny, I'm ready, and he will come in to commentate the next heat, the last heat of the day. It will be heat 28, Dave Hubbard versus Sam Bennett. Oh, that's why he wants to come in here. His brother, Dave, will be competing.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be a very interesting heat.
Yes, that would be really interesting.
Magno, check this out. We got a little pause in the action. We'll be back right after this.
Stay with me for always.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. 18 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in heat number 3 in round number 5. This is a do or die for the competitors. One person will advance on to round number 6, and the other, the end of the heat, or end of the contest, actually. Red dropping in, Yere Martinez in red, Mark McCarthy in yellow. Again, one rider, the winner, will advance on to round number 6, and the second place finisher, that is the end of the road.
Yes, this is.
So who are you trying to get attention? I see you opening the door over there.
No, I was trying to see Jeff.
Oh. Jeff's going to come in about 18 minutes, unless you want to take a break. Are they waiting for you, Eder and Isabella?
No, I think I will call Jeff.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of hungry. Just got out of my of the water. I want to eat something.
Yeah, no worries. All right, Magno, any last words before we see you tomorrow?
Thank you, Manny, for the opportunity. Valeu, galera do Brasil. Eu tô aqui em português. Valeu, galera do Brasil. Continuem torcendo por nós. A gente pode ver que tem muita gente aí torcendo por nós. Isso com certeza traz uma força. E é isso. Amanhã vai ser mais um dia de trabalho. Tomara que seja um longo dia de trabalho, porque parece que a gente vai até as finais. O campeonato masculino termina amanhã. E para quem não sabe, o campeonato começa às 5 horas da manhã aí no Brasil. E a gente ainda tem um time forte de brasileiro na batalha. Eu, o Guilherme e o Roberto Bruno. É isso aí, galera. Um grande abraço. Fiquem com Deus. E tudo de bom. Valeu. Okay,
See you later, brother.
See you later.
All right, so there you have it. Magno Passos on his way out. He's going to go give Jeff Hubbard a tap on the shoulder and get him in here. We'll have Jeff Hubbard in here for the last 45 minutes of the action of today. And out the back, look at that. Oh, Yere Martinez trying to sneak in an ARS on the outside, but cannot pull it off. So Yere Martinez now trying to get a wave to better his 5.38, his lower of top 2 high-scoring waves. Again, 2 waves will be scored. Top finisher will advance on to round number 6 out the back, Mark McCarthy. Oh, not much there for Mark McCarthy. Yeah. Hubby, guys, you got it down. So Jeff Hubbard is with me now here in the hot seat. Welcome aboard. Man, these have been some long days, 7, 8, 9 hours of serious action up and riding. Mark McCarthy.
Typical ARS for Mark McCarthy. He loves those. That was a big scoring move. He seemed a little upset on that, but it's going to be a big score, and he loves those big rolls. That's the best score of the heat so far. So he's going to be really happy with that. It'll probably change the situation. He only needed a 5, Manny, so he's looking the goods.
Yeah, Mark McCarthy only looking for a 5.01. You're right, and I believe that might have been it. Let's take another look. Talk us through it.
Yeah, see, bottom turns, eyeing up the section, kind of foamy, but you know what? He still manages to do that patented ARS that he's so good at. Spins it around. You can see him kind of like wishy-washy, but that roll is where I think what's going to really stoke out the judges because he kind of got some projection.
Mark McCarthy now looking strong towards the end of this heat with 15 minutes, 24 seconds remaining.
Yep.
These 30-minute heats a little bit more manageable than those very intense 25-minute heats in these conditions.
Yeah,
So give us the lowdown on how the conditions were for you out there in your heat today.
It was tough, man. So we had 25 minutes, and what happened was like this current is raging, wind strong, and you get out there. It's just hard to duck dive to get out because it's the whole Atlantic Ocean is kind of pouring in on itself, and this we have a 12-foot tide change today, so the tide's changing about a foot every half hour. So that all that water is moving somewhere.
Yeah.
And you gotta hopefully get a rip and get out there, and it's intense. Some girls didn't make it out. I know I was gassing a few times, heaving, paddling out as hard as I could, and I was able to get back out, but I was really really lucky that not to get stuck. I saw Pierre get stuck for like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So he got stuck forever paddling out. And he's a fit kid. It was intense. But you know what? We had 30-minute heats that are really helpful for the competitors in these conditions, man on man. This is make or break. You see David Hubbard on screen. He's getting ready for his round 5 heat. He's been surfing really good, and he likes a red jersey. Him and Sam Bennett are going to do battle. Be interesting.
It's going to be very exciting. This will be the last heat of the day. David Hubbard and Sam Bennett coming up next, 30-minute heats, and I've seen that watch on your wrist before too.
Yeah, so that's the patented competition watch for pro bodyboarders worldwide, Manny. I started the trend about 8 years ago, and
that thing is tiny.
It's a infant watch for kids. And, all you needed to do on the heat is tell time. So, we got David Hubbard on it, Mark McCarthy, Jared Houston, Amaury Laverne, Mike Stewart, Guillermo Tomega, all rocking this watch. And it's really helpful. You can go find it at Long's Drugs. It's about $12, Manny. I suggest you get one for the DK Wars.
I think we are going to throw down the DK Wars Sunday right after the event over One Beach Over, so get that word out. Currently out in the water, 12 minutes, 45 seconds. Mark McCarthy in the yellow jersey, currently leading the charge. That last wave coming in at a 5.8, and that's going to help his cause right there. Yere Martinez now has an uphill battle. He is looking for a better than 6.18 to get back into that first place position. So tell us, how difficult is it to compete in these conditions when you have 4 competitors as compared to man on man?
Wow, it's a whole different strategy. Man on man, you're just trying to outdo one guy. Where 4-man heat, you're trying to outdo 2 guys, and the amount of good waves that come in, it can be tough. Luckily it's a beach break, so it's really spread out. So even a good wave can come in, you may not be even anywhere near it. We got Uriah Martinez, and this could be a good wave for him if he can get around this section. No, poor guy. It almost formed up for him, Manny.
Yep, he's chasing a 6.18 for that first place spot, Uriah Martinez. But look at this, out the back, Mark McCarthy.
Boaty in and out. He knew that was a closeout, but he wanted to look at it. A lot of the times out here, man, you really got to actually look at the wave just to take off and see how it's going to form up, because it pours in on the bank, and you can't really tell exactly how it's going to break until you actually get on top of it and see the shape. And so that's what he was doing there. He knew he couldn't lose priority, so he wanted to get a good look at that and make sure it wasn't going to offer up a big section.
So wave selection, definitely critical.
Crucial. Wave selection is key, Manny. And, we saw, last year's finalists have both lost, so that's anyone's game. And looks like we're set to finish tomorrow with the men's in some decent, sort of waves. I think Sunday is going to be about half a foot to 1 foot. So they decided to move the men's to Saturday, so we can finish in about 2 to 3 foot surf, which would be really nice.
Oh wow! Thank you for filling me in. Well, that'll be nice if we can finish off tomorrow before the swell just disappears. We fell into that trap last year where we had the finals in some 1 to 2 feet, and it was tough conditions, but the competitors still went out there, did what they had to do. But it would be nice to see some good action in 3 to 4 foot waves.
Yeah.
And as far as the wind, is that going to stick around tomorrow too? Have you been looking at the forecasts?
Wind is supposed to be straight offshore, man. East winds tomorrow, which is great for the west coast of Portugal. It's gonna be serving up some great conditions here at Praia Grande. Swell's still gonna be about 2 to 3 feet. And today's there's 3-footers. Tomorrow they'll be less consistent, but they'll still be there, which should be great. The competitors are going to be really offered up some good conditions. Here's the forecast. See, Sunday is this really small, 2 to 4 feet, but I think that's really being generous. Forecasts I've seen, it's 1 to 2 feet really. But Saturday, 3 to 5 foot, faces, it'll be pretty nice. And yeah, offshore winds, we're loving it. North swell, so the north swell will be coming in more straight, but it's cool.
Yeah, I was talking to Neymana Calvelo. She was in the hot seat for a heat, and the production guys were, talking in my ear in her heat, and she was walking on the beach. She's like, yeah, this is her second time trying to get out. And I'm like, wait, Neymana? But yeah, the conditions were hectic earlier today when the tide was a little lower. It was just consistent waves coming, and I was very surprised that she was the one that wasn't able to make it out. Look at this, Mark McCarthy.
Mark McCarthy on a bomb. Look at that. Huge
Almost
roll.
over-rotated right there on the landing, but pulls it off, Mark McCarthy in the yellow jersey.
Yep, that's what he was waiting for. That was a good score. Might be his best wave of the heat. I think that was a huge roll, set wave, perfectly to the judges' criteria. Not a critical move, but it was a big wave in a big section and really clean. So Mark's going to solidify his first place position.
Let's take another look at that wave as...
So Mark, bottom turning straight to the lip here, eyeing it up. Really clean. He gets there perfectly. Rotates. Yeah, comes almost over rotates, man. But...
Wow, the judges love that one. It was a bigger wave. It was a nice, clean move and performed perfectly. That was Mark McCarthy, 6.95. Wow, that's going to put him way ahead now of Yeray Martinez. Yeray has to come up with a 7.32.
Intense, Manny. That's a tall order in these conditions. But tide is dropping. It's offering up better sections. He's got 5 minutes or so left, 8 minutes. He could do it. As we said, anything is possible in these dying minutes. And Uriah is a smart competitor. He's really strong and he can catch these lefts and do a lot of good things. So we'll look to see what he's got in the final minutes here for us. But Mark McCarthy, looking the goods. He's one of the best there is, and that's why he's out there winning the heat.
The South Africans making a full-on charge. We've seen Jared Houston on fire, and he's straight into the quarterfinals, I believe. Or where's my sheet?
He's in round 6, Manny.
Yep, you're right. He's in round 6, and he's going to be battling it out with Roberto Bruno. But currently out in the water, fellow South African Mark McCarthy is looking solid at. And wait a second, stand by, Yeray Martinez.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uriah using up priority. That's really tough for him. You know what? It's a beach break, so he can get around, but. He should have maybe waited. That was a pretty bad wave. And look at Mark at the end. It didn't matter either. So it's a toss up. Well now it's going to be a paddle battle back out, Manny.
Looks like from the view that we have and the view that you have at home, looks like Yeray Martinez might be out there already.
Yep,
so priority to Yeray Martinez from the.
So yeah, nothing gained, nothing lost on that one. So he had to go get a look at the wave. Didn't form up for him, but he's got some time left, and we'll see what he can do.
Let's take another look right now. Man, I wish I was just in that shade over there, just relaxing. Everything looks comfortable on that beach.
You know what? You want to just take a nap, don't you? Just curl up and.
I'm jealous of that guy in the shade.
Put your head down on those pillows and just nap.
Ladies and gentlemen, out in the water, 6 minutes remaining in this heat. Heat number 3 of 4, round number 5. Manny V with Jeff Hubbard in the commentator's booth. Mark McCarthy in the yellow jersey is actually in a very comfortable position with a 6.95 and a 6.2. And Yeray Martinez now looking for a 7.32. Coming up next, Dave Hubbard and Sam Bennett. But now, Yeray Martinez.
Yeray Martinez, see what he can do. Smaller wave, but it might offer up a ramp at some point. But he's flying a lot of speed, and oh man, poor guy, just spinning down in ARS. Not going to be much of a score for him. So he's got to paddle back out and just hope he gets another chance at this.
Yeray Martinez has a 5.88 and a 5.38 as his 2 high-scoring waves. So I'm not sure if that's going to take out one of those, but Yarai has to get back out there in the next 5 minutes and look for a 7.32. Let's take another look at Yarai's wave.
So he's bottom turning here. He's eyeing up the section, kind of trying to get as much speed as he can, and then his section just peters out. But he does a nice ARS. I mean, don't get me wrong. He didn't do a bad maneuver. He just didn't offer him the score he needed to advance. So it comes in as a 4.5, not enough. So he's still in second, looking for a 7.42 or 7.32. And but he's got 5 or so minutes. See what he can do.
Hubby, guys, since we got you on the mic right here, and while the riders are waiting patiently for some waves, we put something on our IBA World Tour Facebook page. That's our little gateway to the interactive experience going down right here with the live feed. And Ryan O'Connor wants to know, who do you think will win the Jenks event, which is coming up after this event in New Jersey?
Well, we could have some great swell from Hurricane What's-Her-Face or What's-His-Face. I'm not sure what the name of that storm is, but maybe it's going to do something for us, and I think we'll get some waves, and it's going to be a great battle. Hopefully we have it at Jenkinson's. We all love that wave, and it'll be really fun to surf. I think it's not sure who's going to win. I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for it and do my very best because I love surfing at Jenks. It's such a fun wave.
So, hubby, guys, heading over to the Jenks right after this. And one more question. Johan Menard wants to know, what do you think of the European waves?
Well, there's some great waves in Europe, Manny. I mean, we have the Canary Islands, classified as Europe, officially, I would assume, owned by Spain, and it's amazing waves. Ireland got some heavy slabs and big ramps. Oh, yeah, there's ice cream and floating along the lineup. You just pick it by and eat it. Some penguins cruise. It's polar bears hanging out on the shore. But, there's some good waves in France. I know there's some great beach breaks. Super tubos here in Portugal, great waves. I mean, just takes certain waves, certain swells, and, man, if it happens, it's on. Europe's great. You just got to be on it.
Would you consider living in Europe as Dave Winchester and his family did?
You know what? I probably wouldn't. Coming from Hawaii, you're really spoiled, and especially from the island of Kauai. It's just super fun and warm water, and you have offshore somewhere, waves somewhere all year. I definitely couldn't leave Hawaii. It's my home. But I like visiting. I love visiting Europe.
Well said, well said. All right, check it out. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. We have 12 wave maximum. I stand corrected. I've been saying 15, but it is a 12 wave max in these 30-minute heats. And Mark McCarthy has hit his 10 waves, and he's got 2 more in his pocket. And he better use those cautiously because Yarai Martinez, I mean, he can come back in the last two minutes and grab that 7.32, which he needs to win this heat. And again, this is an elimination round. One rider will go into round number 6, and the other rider will call it quits for the Sintra Portugal Pro.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. You want to keep plugging away and get into that final.
Yeah, you want to win this contest. That's the goal. You come to the contest and you want to win, and it's that's what everyone here does is here for. And I know Mark's real hungry for a win, and Uri, this is his first contest all year, and so he's on it.
1 minute, 45 seconds remaining. You want one? No. Yeah? No. All right. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining in this heat. Mark McCarthy is looking good. And Mark McCarthy in priority right now, which means he has the opportunity to fend off Yarai Martinez from catching any waves. Will he use that tactic as a priority? We will see. Take a look. Beautiful Praia Grande here in Sintra. And those headlands. Have you seen the dinosaur footprints in those headlands yet?
Oh, of course. It's legendary here at Sintra. You walk down the beach, you walk up the cliff, and there's dinosaur footprints on the way out as you walk up. And, Mark McCarthy, big roll. I don't know if it's going to improve the situation, but it's a really nice one. That was a good wave from Mark, and Uri probably could have used that, but we'll see. I know it was pretty fun. Yesterday, I got to make it through my heat, so I went home and watched the Repicharge round, and I got to see Elmo commentate with you, and it was really entertaining. He did a really good job. He had some really good one-liners, and I was really proud of Elmo. I don't know if anyone's seen this, the Brazilian Rasta guy. He doesn't speak English, but he was on it, man. It was really cool.
Well, Elmo, whoa, look at that, down the beach. Uh-oh. As we mentioned, 7.32 is what Yarai Martinez is looking for. He's got less than a minute to go, and it could be one of those nail-biter ending heats again, but we will see a 7.32.